Pinterest. Now I'm sure that almost everyone and their dog has heard of Pinterest by now. Whether it's just scrolling, looking for art tutorials, or just looking for references, I'm sure that almost everyone has at least used it once. Now, jumping straight into this, I found these bells, kind of like a little bit festive. It was more for Christmas time, but filming this, it's way past December now. This tutorial didn't really have any instructions, so I just had to guess and go along with the steps that I saw that they provided. And the first one, of course, is coloring in the basic shape to be filled in later. This little dot thingy, it took me so long to get right. But once I got it right, I just continued coloring on, and I started to put in the dark bit of the bell and all the shadows, and right now it looks pretty rough, but you just have to trust the process. Now, I'm no master artist or anything, but I kind of felt like this tutorial was a little bit difficult to follow. There are no clear, concise steps. It's kind of just like, oh, I did this, and then I followed on with this, and if you don't really know what you're doing, it's a little bit more difficult. Honestly, I don't think I would quite recommend this little tutorial if you're brand new to art, although if you're a little bit more experienced with it, I feel like you might have a little bit of fun. And honestly, I had a lot of fun with this. I enjoyed doing this little highlight on the edge. I feel like it added a lot, even though it was super tiny and you can barely see it. But I had a lot of fun doing all that. And I feel like theirs is a lot more clear. But rating it on how difficult it was, I feel like theirs was a lot better. I mean, obviously. But the whole tutorial was fine. It wasn't too difficult. I'd rate it a good 2.5-ish out of 5. Oh right, now starting this one, it was a glass art tutorial and they used different fruit for this one. And for the first step, it actually has written steps. They said just fill in the base colors, add more general lines and shapes with different values, and then deepen it. And so now I went to go find a reference and I found it pretty quickly. It was 2 cherries that I thought would look cute. It's kind of similar to what they did. Quickly starting off my masterful sketch, as you can see. Don't worry about me going back on the lines or anything like that, or the scratchiness, because I got through in the end. And I was just sharpening up everything because I refuse to do anything to do with line art. If you know me, you know that. And now I can actually do the fun part, which is coloring in. I first went in with the basic colors and just filling out the basic shape so that I could go and define it more later. And now that I did one of the most simple steps, I could go into step 2, which was just outlining everything and generally just getting the basic shapes in and making everything clearer. Also, let me know if you guys like me explaining my process, or if you would just rather me talk about different things and just let you watch what I'm doing in the background. Now, I'll be honest, by this point I was loosely following the tutorial, which I know I'm supposed to be following this tutorial, but I was doing my best to kind of follow what they were doing while also doing my own process because I didn't want to change everything to follow what they were doing. By this point, honestly, I was panicking a little because it wasn't turning out how I was imagining, but I just kept adding highlights because I knew that would make it look 10 times better. I just felt that it was looking very gray, but this is where we just have to trust the process, continue adding those highlights, the deep dark reds, and also the more saturated ones. As you can see here, I went in with more highlights and just made everything more clear and less fuzzy. The more that I tinkered with it and just made everything more clear and started adding those little dots like they had told me in the steps, it started to come together a lot more and started looking much, much better, a clearer picture and just overall something to be proud of, or at least that I'm proud of right now. This is the home stretch of the drawing. All I needed to do was just a tiny little highlights, just change a bunch of different little things, and then it would all be done. And that's exactly what I started to do. I just started to make sure everything was looking good and clean up everything to make it just more clarity and hopefully to have it look more like glass cherries rather than just really glossy cherries. Now, I don't know if I was exactly nailing the look of glass, but all you really need to do for that is just add more highlights, you know? What more could I add? But by this time, I was done with it. I thought that it looks pretty good, and I followed the tutorial, added that shadow, which helped a lot. And guess what? It's time for the rating, and I would give it like a good 5.